Good morning, Man Hour Nation. What a great NFL Monday Night Football game we had last night. If you are a Seahawks fan, we learned a thing or two from week 4. We got to talk about that. We got Factor Crap Tuesday coming up. Mac Jones headed the bench. Ravens the best team in the AFC. Chase Claypool, is he just an scapegoat right now? Is he? But first, and now, Mike's thoughts. As the NFL season dives deeper and deeper, we get the more saga of the, the refs cost us the game. The refs cost us this. The refs did that. Right? The fact of the matter is that the referees do not rig the games. My man BC Combs says that holding happens on every play. We are correct. Holding does happen on every single play. And he said, well, I heard an interesting take. I heard that the referees only throw a holding flag to determine the outcome of the game. I got to sit back and I got to think, like, oh, okay. Here we go. A more conspiracy theory BS, right? Some more of that crap. Come on, y'all. The NFL is not rigged. The referees call it how they see it. Let's just be honest. They call it how they see it. Now, just because it doesn't align with your MO at the end of the day, just because it doesn't align with your team winning, just because it doesn't align with what you see on the TV. My job as an NFL referee, if I'm the white hat, I am watching the quarterback and I'm watching the snap, and that's basically all I'm watching. If I'm a back judge, I'm watching like the middle linebacker and the outside linebacker since the linemen run down the field. They have spots of the field that they look at. They do not have the bird's eye view from the camera. They do not see it in 8K. They do not see the replay over and over and over and over again. It's in real time. Boom, 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 boom. It's not in slow-mo, baby. No, it is not. It is not in slow-mo. The fact of the matter is that the referees do not rig the games. The NFL is not rigged, and a holding is a holding is a holding. Whether the holding appears on the other side of the field, totally opposite from the play, it's still a holding. Right? Silva, my man going off in the chat right now, or on the Facebook page. A hold is a hold is a hold. Deal with it at the end of the day. Deal with it at the end of the day. Cue that intro.
You don't want to be every time, no. I would like to personally welcome you to Man Hour After Dark. Say that thing. While I bring you the host, Mike, Buck, and Cone. You know who coming to the stage. Sports talk than what you about to hear right here. I second that.
Go. You know that it's us when we talking about sports. Giving you facts on the field to the core. Tune in, we need the support. 1 hour too short, still listen some more. On all your stations, not dropping no music. Starts like Adidas, but Nike just do it. Down 4 in the 4th, we go for the win. Michael 2 seconds, we taking it in. Buck, Mike, and Combs, you know what's going on. Man, now we're After Dark, no LA, we the big spark. No 4th and inches won't cut you short. Got the best talking, it's all sports. Buzzing more than buzzer beaters. We coming live all through your speakers, go.
And what is up, Man Hour Nation? Michael Buckeister here with the Man Hour. Be sure to head over to manhourradio.com. Check out the merchandise page or check out the blog section as well, as the zoom on the camera is not working, so whatever. It is what it is. I got to sneeze already. What the hell? Sorry about that, guys. These allergies lately have been literally destroying my soul 100%. And this is going to really upset me. So, whatever. It is what it is. Deal with it, Buck. Deal with it. But anyways, guys, we got a great show for you today. We got Factor Crap Tuesday coming up. We learned a thing or two from Week 4 NFL. We're going to talk about that. And my man Jim Powell's in the chat. He says the Giants are playing pee-wee ball. Playing some wee man ball. You are not wrong. The Giants look like a shell of themselves 100%. We are going to talk about the New York Football Giants. We are going to talk about CMC. We are going to talk about Mac Jones. We're talking about AFC. Are the Ravens the best team in the AFC? Are the Ravens the best team in the AFC? Holy crap. Should we slow it down, baby? And Chase Claypool was just an scapegoat. There, I said it. I said it. Chase Claypool was just an scapegoat. But Jim, welcome to the chat. I see Alpha Rob in the chat as well. My chat is not working, so I'm having to jump back and forth right now. Hopefully it decides to work here momentarily. I see Drew's in the chat. What's up, Drew? Long time no see. Arthur Brown is in the chat as well with us. What is up, Arthur? What's going on, guys? But head over to manhourradioguys.com. Check out the Burst page or check out the blog section as well. And like the stream. If you are enjoying what I'm putting down, if you enjoy the things that I'm talking about today, hit the like button. I gotta fix this. Give me a second. There we go. There we go. I cannot. Whatever. It is what it is. It is what it is. Tim McWall is in the chat as well. He says Ravens. Jim Powell says Ravens? No way. No way are the Ravens the best team in the AFC. We'll be talking about it as well. And Tim McWall says the Bills have the best point differential in the league. Does that make them the best team? I don't know. We'll see. But guys, we learned a thing or two from the Week 4 NFL season here. Now, as we learn things each and every week, right? We see teams grow. We see teams digress. We see a lot of things happening from week to week in the NFL season. That is what makes the NFL game so great, is literally you can have a huge win over the Arizona Cardinals, and then the next week you can literally shit the bed. You can be the worst team in the NFL. You can go from a medium tier 14, 13, 12 ranked team going down to the very, very, very bottom. And that is what we're learning about the New York Giants. After 4 weeks in the NFL season, guys, we are learning that the New York Football Giants are not that good. We are learning that last season was a complete fluke. We are learning that when they play at MetLife Stadium, they only scored 3 first-half points. 6 points total in the first half if you take out the Arizona Cardinals game. If you take out the Arizona Cardinals game, guys, they are 15 points on the whole season. 15 points on the whole season. Good Lord. Guys, are the New York Football Giants that freaking bad? Yes, I understand that Saquon Barkley was out last night. Yes, I do understand that their left tackle was out last night. But the point of the matter is like at some point, you have to like be the next man up. You have to be the next man up at some point. They gave up not 5 sacks last night, not 7 sacks last night, not 9 sacks last night. They gave up 11 sacks last night. Daniel Jones got sacked 11 times last night. And he was running for his life play after play after play. Yes, he did throw a couple interceptions because he was pressured. Yes, he was the leading rusher of the team because he was pressured, consistently had to run. Guys, the Giants are not that good. I think Jim Powell said the best early is that they are just a pee-wee team out there. Sorry, a wee man team. Guys, the Giants are terrible. We're talking about terrible teams. We can talk about the Denver Broncos. We can talk about the Chicago Bears. At what point do we put the New York Giants there? Guys, the Giants are terrible. Last season was a fluke. If I bought stock into them this year, I'm like, hey, last year they made the playoffs. They won a playoff game, right? No, they lost to the Eagles. Whatever. But last season, we're like, hey, okay. Dayball, quarterback whisperer. Did this with Josh Allen. Doing this with Danny Dimes. Okay, slow it down, baby. And then all of a sudden, WTF, mate. 15 total points this season if you take away the Cardinals game. And if you take away that epic fourth quarter comeback, 18 total points. WTF, mate. They are not very, very good. Katie Wilson is in the chat today. She says, yo, what is up, Katie? Hope you're having a grand old time, Katie. Hit that like button, Katie. Share this with the little friends. Things we learned from week last night as well, from week 4 of the NFL season. The Seattle Seahawks defense is back, baby. The defense is back. The 12s experienced a Legion of Doom. Richard Sherman, Chandler, Bobby Wagner, all those boys, they experienced it. But the defense this year, Legion of Doom 2.0, whatever you want to call it, we need to figure out a name for it because this defense is freaking good. Weatherspoon did his thing last night. 2 interceptions, a pick 6, and two sacks. Slow that kid down. 4th game in the NFL, and he already knows what Danny Dimes is going to do. Listen to that post-game interview that he did with Scott Van Pelt. He says that Danny Dimes stares down his receivers. We know that. I know that. How does a 4th game player in the NFL know this? Danny Dimes better figure himself out. But the Seattle's defense, guys, is that damn good. 11 sacks last night. They were up and down the field. Good Lord. Watch out, baby. Watch out, baby. Wow. We got John in the chat. He says he went 11-5 last week in week 4. John, I will get you my picks. I promise by the end of the day. I have to rewatch Friday's show, man. I've been I'm home alone right now, and I thought I could have like all this extra time to do stuff for the show and do some more graphics and all that stuff. But the honey-do list is long. The wife and kids are gone, and the honey-do list is long, and I want to get stuff done just to make her happy. So I will get it to you as soon as the show is over, John. I will rewatch Friday's show and give you the picks. Tim McWall says the Giants beat the 13-win Vikings in the playoffs. Yes, that is correct. They did beat the Vikings, but they lost to the Eagles, right? I forgot about that. I forgot that the Vikings even made the playoffs. Everything pops up twice now for some reason. What did we learn from week 4? We learned a thing or two. We learned that Khalil Mack is still him. Khalil Mack, 6 sacks versus the Chargers. Sorry, for the Raiders versus the Raiders. Khalil Mack at 32 years old, guys, is still him. Khalil Mack at 32 years old looked like a 25-year-old running out there. This man was saying, come here, hold my beer, let me smack your baby, take your wife, and become your daddy. That is what Khalil Mack did on Sunday versus the Las Vegas Raiders. Khalil Mack is still him. But we also learned another thing about this. If the Chargers continue to play this great defense, if they continue to, do what they did the first 3 quarters, not the fourth quarter, but the first 3 quarters, if they can put together a complete game, the Chargers are a playoff-bound team. If they can do this, they are a complete team. We learned that week 4. We learned that week 4 they still have those intangibles. They still have a lot of grit. They still have a lot of drive in them. They just got to put it together. Yes, it was against the Raiders. Yes, it was against a not very good team. But we have to realize this. Raiders are still a division opponent. They will play them twice. They know each other inside and out. Khalil Mack is him. Khalil Mack is him. Where did Chandler Jones go? Chandler Jones has been not on the field for the Raiders all season long. So earlier, was it training camp or week 1, he was put on suicide watch, right? He was, the Raiders noticed something wrong with him. He was put on suicide watch. He was given a therapist or something to come to his house just to assure like he was okay. He lashed out and said, I don't need this crap. I'm not crazy. I just want out of Vegas. Well, time has come past, right? And then it was last Friday he was arrested in Vegas for some type of protection order violation or parole violation or something to that effect. He was arrested. So then Saturday, he was ultimately released from the Raiders. The Raiders are like, we don't want to deal with this no more. We tried. You don't want our help, so we are going to move on, right? We are going to move on. So Chandler Jones currently is still probably in Vegas. It is like at his home in Vegas. He's searching for a team. And I actually propose this question. Does a team pick up Chandler Jones? After the Raiders released Chandler Jones on Saturday, does a team take a flyer on a player like Chandler Jones? Now, we all know his mental stability right now. Maybe he just needs some TLC, some tender love and care. Maybe he needs to go to a team where they're going to boost him up and say, hey, you are our savior, Gran. Or he needs to go to a team where there's a lot of great veteran leadership. So, guys, let me ask you this question. Does Chandler Jones get picked up by a team? I'm just curious. Do you guys think he gets picked up by a team? I think he does. Dallas Cowboys, they have a history of picking up these head cases, right? The Hardy boy from the Carolina that painted his face like tiger stripes, right? They have a history. Jim says, don't get caught up in these trap games like the Steelers did. True. Jim also says Mac is dead to me because he left Vegas to go to Chicago and then came back and destroyed you guys. It is what it is. Hoffy's in the chat. He says Chandler Jones will sign with the UFC. No, he won't. Follow in his brother's footsteps. Is Bone Jones Chandler Jones' brother? Need a quality player to compensate for him. They will not get that. Some more things that we learned from week 4 here in the NFL, guys. What else did we learn? We learned that the Dallas Cowboys still have a great defense. Yes, it was against the New England Patriots. You can say, oh, they're 1-3, whatever. The New England Patriots are a good team. Very well coached, very well-rounded team. Mac Jones just shit the bed that game. Let's just be honest. But the Dallas Cowboys have a great defense still. They are still them. They are still a top 10 defense in the NFL, if not the best defense in the NFL. There certainly are a top 3 team in the NFL. Give me that, baby. But the Dallas Cowboys have only given up 13 points if you take away the Arizona Cardinal game all season long. 13 points for all season if you take away that one game where they just forgot to show up. The Dallas Cowboys defense is them. And if this defense continues to play at even 80% of what they're doing right now, the first 4 weeks of the season, they are going to be a Super Bowl team. Understand that if the Dallas Cowboys defense keeps playing like this, we learn that they will be a Super Bowl team. Dallas Cowboys, rest of the NFL, Philadelphia Eagles, Commanders, Giants, 49ers, watch out because the Dallas Cowboys are coming. We coming, baby. What does Pro Time say? We coming. We coming. We coming. They coming. They coming and they going to shut it down, baby. Whoa. Yes, Bone Jones is his brother, all right? Yes. Raiders should call Cash Daniels from the University of Kentucky, if I'm not mistaken. UK? Oh, this one. The Dallas Cowboys have had a cupcake schedule so far. A cupcake schedule so far. First things first. I hate when people say this, Hoffy. You and me are not on talking terms till tonight at 10 p.m. East Coast time when we release the power rankings. Hoffy. We are not on talking terms, so don't call me no more. Don't text me no more because cupcake schedule is a BS statement. You play who is in front of you. The Dallas Cowboys do not make their schedule at all. If the Dallas Cowboys made their schedule, they would want to play the Philadelphia Eagles 5 times in a season. Let's just be honest. It is not their fault that Aaron Rodgers went down the 4th play of the game and they were licking their wounds come week 2 still. It is not their fault. It is not their fault that the Giants have been a fluke this season. It is not their fault that the Arizona Cardinals are just not that good. Yes, they did lose to the Arizona Cardinals, and the Cardinals are still a grungy, tough team, but they're still not that good. And the New England Patriots are good. You want to talk about cupcake schedule? If you guys want to talk about a cupcake schedule, let's talk about the San Francisco 49ers. Who have they played? Oh, when you ask that question, look up for buttholes and defense happens to start to happen because the San Francisco 49ers fans get pissed off. When you ask who the 49ers have played, they're like, oh, we played the Steelers. The same Steelers team that lost to the Houston Texans, right? The same Steelers team that is one of the worst offenses right now in the NFL. I was talking them up, but damn it, I was wrong about that. I'm eating crow. Oh, we played the New York Giants. Well, the Cowboys played the Giants too. Okay. Oh, we played the LA Rams, the 1-3 LA Rams. That doesn't have Cooper Kupp, that has a 40-year-old quarterback that's making some bad decisions, that has no running game. When you guys want to talk about cupcake schedules, speak a bit objectively. Yes, the Cowboys have had some easy games. I will give you that. So have the San Francisco 49ers. So have the Miami Dolphins. You play who is in front of you. It is not their fault that Aaron Rodgers went down. It is not their fault that the Giants were a fluke last season. But if you want to talk about it objectively, 49ers have played the same strength of schedule as the Cowboys have. Cupcake. Get that crap out of your Hoffy. We know that. Nope, his middle status plus CTE. Nobody wants that headache with a Chandler Jones, says John. So, John, the Raiders tried to assist with Chandler Jones, right? They tried to reach out to him and be like, hey, man, what is wrong? But let's just be honest. The Raiders are not the type of organization to reach out to anybody. The Raiders are not an organization like, hey, do you need some help? No, when things get tough, they push players out, right? When their safety a couple years ago was like holding that AK-47 like on IG, they didn't try to help him. They said, get out of here. We don't want that crap. When Henry Ruggs III obviously had an alcohol problem, they didn't try to help him. What did they do? They let him kill a girl and her dog. Guys, the Raiders are not the right team to assist with mental instabilities, right? Wasn't Antonio Brown with them? Antonio Brown literally burned his feet, froze his feet off because he didn't want to be there. Like, it's just like, guys, the Raiders are not the correct team to help with any type of mental status, right? If you want somebody to really reach out and help a Chandler Jones, if you want a team to really take a flyer on Chandler Jones, it needs to be a good team. I'm talking like the Pittsburgh Steelers. They have that great organization in place. They will help him. They will get the help that he needs, and he will probably find the field. The Philadelphia Eagles, loaded with veteran leadership in there. They brought in Jalen Carter, took him under his wing, and we haven't heard shit about that car wreck since, because everybody shields away like, no, that's not going to happen. No, that isn't going to happen. Kansas City Chiefs would be another great example, right? When that defensive player killed his wife and then murdered himself or committed suicide, the Kansas City Chiefs collectively handled that great, right? No questions were asked about it. No, get that shit out of here. We don't want to hit it, right? He needs to find himself a great organization. The Pittsburgh Steelers, Philadelphia Eagles, Kansas City Chiefs. I would possibly even say maybe the Green Bay Packers, right? You go to BFE. The only thing you can do out there in Green Bay, Wisconsin is to think about your thoughts and feelings. It is what it is. What's everybody's plan for the biggest game of the year? Cowboys versus Niners. I'm smoking brisket. Also took Monday off. There you go. There you go. I will be drinking my Bud Light out of my Kansas City Chiefs koozie or my Kentucky koozie. Whatever. It is what it is. Moving on. Another thing that we learned from week 4 NFL season so far is that the CMC is the workhorse for the San Francisco 49ers. Yes, we knew this in week 3. Yes, we knew this in week 2. Yes, we knew this in week 1. But what we did not know is how good the 49ers actually are. The 49ers are that damn good. Not only did CMC have 177 yards total offense with 4 total touchdowns, Brandon Ayuk added to that total. He had a coming out party, right? Guys, this CMC is the workhorse for the San Francisco 49ers. We have learned that. We have knew that. But we also learned last week that they do have other weapons on the field still. I believe it was Jim that said, hey, don't let your weapons get rusty, right? Brandon Ayuk. He missed week 1 and week 2, I think. Come back, no rust on that man. He put up 2 touchdowns. He performed, right? Deebo Samuel's still that guy. But what we also learned is that CMC will take the 49ers as far as he can go. CMC is the make or break point for the San Francisco 49ers. That is just the way it is. CMC, if he gets injured, we all know the San Francisco 49ers are going to go down. We learned that on Friday or in week 4 as well. We learned that CMC is the engine, the tires, and the keys. Brandon Ayuk puts you in a nice little Lamborghini. Deebo Samuel has that nice sounding exhaust. George Kittle gets those Lambo doors happening, right? But all those things are accessories. CMC is the guy. Period. CMC is the guy for the San Francisco 49ers. If he goes down, not wishing any will, but if he goes down, Brock Purdy does not go 20 for 21. Brandon Ayuk doesn't go off for 2 touchdowns. Deebo Samuels gets pissed off and wants to get traded again. CMC is the workhorse at the end of the day. It is. And when he goes down, says John, so do the Niners. Very much true facts there. Bobby is in the chat. He says, yup. What's up, Bobby? You are a new name that I have not seen here before, so hopefully you're having a grand old day, man. Be sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. We are live every Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. East Coast time, right here on Facebook.com and, of course, YouTube.com. And tonight, Bobby, at 10 p.m. East Coast time, I give you my Week 5 NFL Power Rankings. Hoffy is the host of that show, so we go where Hoffy wants us to go, but we release the Power Rankings. We also, on Friday at 10 p.m. East Coast time, we do the After Hours show as well. This Friday, I was sick. Last Friday, I was sicker than dog shit. We are going to give you guys top 10 quarterbacks going into Week 5. Top 5 defenses as well. So, thank you for joining us, Bobby. Be sure to chat in there. The boys are chatting up. Jim says the only thing humanist is they may not be rusty, but pride, prejudge, and plain jealousy eat away at their brains like Chinese. Sorry, Jim. I had to digest all those big words. Basically, what Jim is saying is that, hey, they may not be rusty over there in San Francisco. Brandon Ayuk may not have some surface rust. Deebo Samuel might not have a little dust on the bottle. But you know what? That jealousy and rage and I'm not getting the ball, that's wearing at me, baby. That's wearing at me. Yes, winning is kind of covering it up right now. But the simple fact of the matter is that, hey, when we lose to the Dallas Cowboys, why didn't I get the damn ball? Why didn't I get the ball? That's what's going to happen. When the 49ers lose to the Dallas Cowboys in Week 5, we are going to see a self-implosion happening, as what Jim says. And I agree with Jim. I agree with Jim 100%. Man-Hour Hoffy says, if he goes down, Deebo goes into the backfield and takes that role. Okay. If Debo does take that role, clearly Debo is not as good running back as CMC. Let's just be honest. Who takes that number one receiver role? Oh, you can say Brandon Ayuk does, right? Who comes up and takes that number two role? Oh, Ray McCloud does. Okay, Ray McCloud is not a number two receiver. You can just not be plugging and playing shit like that, Hoffy. Debo might be able to run the ball effectively 5 or 6 times a game. He is not built to do that. He doesn't want to do that. He's a wide receiver. That's why he wanted traded from the 49ers last time. Because they were using and abusing him. They were like, hey, go out there and catch the ball. Hey, come back here and run the ball. Hey, I want you to block. Hey, I want you to go ahead and pass the ball. That's why Debo Samuel wanted out of San Francisco a couple years ago. They paid him. They made him happy. But if he starts becoming a running back, he is going to want out of there again. Tim McWall says the Niners broke Pollard's leg in the playoff games. Cowboys were moving the ball until he went down. Gotta beat him this Sunday. Payback, baby. Payback is coming. Let's go. Guys, do the Dallas Cowboys have to win this game? We'll be talking more about this on Thursday and Friday, but I want to put this bug into your ear. Do the Dallas Cowboys have to win this weekend? Because all offseason, we've circled this Week 5 game. Boom. This is a measuring point for both teams, right? These are two Super Bowl caliber teams. As much as I talk down on the San Francisco 49ers, we have to call a spade a spade. The 49ers are a damn good team. They are a damn good team. Let's not get it twisted. But do the Cowboys have to win? Is this a must-win for both teams? Because if you think about it, if the 49ers lose this game, I can already see Jameson in the chat right now saying, oh, we just had a bad game, yada, yada, yada. We're still better because we played a tougher schedule. Okay, that is going to be the excuse. Start piling them up. I think this is a must-win for both teams. Much more for the San Francisco 49ers. Because if Brock Purdy loses his first regular season to the mighty Dallas Cowboys, Cowboys fans are going to go off, baby. Cowboys fans are going to go off, and Niners fans are going to be like, oh, the Cowboys just aren't that good. Purdy's elbow was like, I can already see it. We're going to dive deeper into this on Thursday and Friday. But Bobby says the Cowboys must win. Hoffy says break the other leg this Sunday. Shut your mouth, Hoffy. Take that knee. You got a problem with that? I'm not sure what you guys are talking about, but whatever. It is what it is. Guys, continue the chat, and I will try to address each and every comment that comes through the chat. I love you guys very, very much. Appreciate you very, very much. Commenting helps the show out. Liking helps the show out. Of course, sharing this with a couple friends helps the show out as well. But we got to get into a little bit of fact or crap. I have been scouring the old interwebs. I've been putting some seeds out there, letting them marinate, letting them pop through the soil, and said, hey, I'm here, baby. And we are going to determine if these statements are indeed a fact or a crap. It is pretty cut and dry here, guys. Let's play along in the chat. Let me know if you guys think this comment is a fact or a crap. But let's start out with Hoffy's team, and that is the New England Patriots. The New England Patriots have now officially fell to 1-3 on the season with the humiliating loss to the Dallas Cowboys. One of the worst losses in Bill Belichick's career. Actually, it was the worst loss in Bill Belichick's head coaching career. But we need to talk about the quarterback, Mac Jones. In 4 games, Mac Jones has thrown for 898 yards, 5 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. However, they are averaging just a little over 10 points per game. On the flip side of that, the defense is giving up around 26 points per game. So, guys, obviously Mac Jones was benched come about mid-third quarter, fourth quarter in the Dallas Cowboys game. Post-game conference, Bill Belichick basically said, hey, there's no chance for us to win. why get my starting quarterback hurt? I mean, he didn't say starting quarterback, but he said there's no reason for him to be out there. So, guys, fact or crap, Mac Jones gets benched this week, as in he will not start, as he will not play this week. So the New England Patriots are a good team, right? They do play the Saints at home this weekend. They did pick up an offensive coordinator in Bill O'Brien. It does take time to intertwine their offense. I get it. But with that being said, Mac Jones getting benched is not the answer. This is a crap. Mac Jones is still performing fairly well. 890 yards passing to 5 touchdowns. Yes, he does have 4 critical interceptions, but let's just be honest, a couple of those were the Dallas Cowboys, the best defense in the NFL. But also, when your defense is giving up over 26 points per game, it is tough to win games when you're only scoring 10. So the Bill O'Brien effect needs to start taking effect right now, because the Patriots defense just got worse. Judon will be out for the season because he's having surgery on his bicep. He tore that thing and said, like, his bicep's like, I don't want to be a part of his body no more and become a part of his elbow, but he'll be having surgery on that. So that defense is has room to grow. The offense definitely has room to grow. Averaging 10 points per game is not the Bill O'Brien MO. What they need to do is start pushing the ball down the field a little bit. Let the Mac attack go, baby. Yes, Mac Jones is a game-managing quarterback. Yes, he is a nickel and diming quarterback. But at the same time, you got to let the man eat. You got to let the man eat. You let that man eat, it's going to open up the running game. Let Zeke eat. Let Stevenson eat, right? The offense is hungry right now. Sitting Mac Jones is not the answer. This is a crap. Mac Jones will not be benched this week. He will be the starting quarterback for the rest of the NFL season, and he will lead the New England Patriots to... We're going to leave it there. I don't want to say playoffs because we know they're not going to playoffs. Fire the coach and get a P shooter Jones and get rid of... Hoffy says Bill Belichick is the issue. Fire that coach. Get rid of Mac Jones. Clean house. Do you think the New England Patriots and Robert Kraft does that week 5, week 6? I think Bill Belichick has basically been writing on the wall the last couple of seasons that he's kind of lost it a little bit, right? Let's just be honest. When they brought in Cam Newton, that was a huge mistake. When he let his dog draft, that was a huge mistake. Bill Belichick will never get fired, Hoffy. You know that. I know that. Everybody else see that. Really? It's a sweep leg. Hoffy says, I'm a Doll fan. F the Patriots, he says. Tim McWall says, McCorkle sucks. Bench him permanently. Tim McWall, 898 yards passing and 5 touchdowns. Does that sound like a sucky quarterback to you? In 4 games. My man's averaging 1.2 touchdowns per game. Maybe, just maybe, it's the Bill Belichick effect. Maybe nobody wants to play for him. Arthur Brown says Zeke was supposed to show out that game as he changed his thumbnail to Buffalo Bills. Uh-oh. Zeke was not supposed to show out that game. I mean, Zeke may have been running a little bit harder, but he was not supposed to show out that game at all. Jim says, I hear McDaniels should go back there to the Patriots. Get Josh McDaniels out of town. Get that man out of town. We don't want to see him no more. We don't want to hear him no more. Moving on. To the next factor crap of the day here. We have 4 division leaders across the AFC. We have the Buffalo Bills, the Baltimore Ravens, the Indianapolis Colts, and the Kansas City Chiefs. Bills, Ravens, and Chiefs are all at 3-1, and the Indianapolis Colts are at 2-2. So with that being said, guys, are the Baltimore Ravens the worst of the division leaders? When we look at the division leaders across the board here, right, obviously Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills are heads and shoulders above the Baltimore Ravens and the Indianapolis Colts. That right now, those 2 teams are out of the conversation. Kansas City Chiefs, probably the best team out of those 4, and then you got the Buffalo Bills at a close second. They're probably 1A, 1B. If you put the Bills up there, I would not be mad at you 100%. So then it comes down to worst team of the Baltimore Ravens or the Indianapolis Colts. The point of the matter is, if you go to head-to-head battle here, the Indianapolis Colts are better than the Baltimore Ravens. Now, the Ravens did lack football IQ at the end of that game, the last 2 minutes, but hey, we won't go there. We won't go there. Let's look at the numbers. Look at the numbers as I got to sneeze. Good Lord. F these allergies, by the way. But when we look at the numbers across the board here, when we look at the Ravens, right now their offense is ranked 13th. Out of 32 teams in the NFL, they are ranked 13th. Kansas City's at number 3, Bills are at 6, and the Indianapolis Colts are at 16. So right there, they are back-to-back, basically. Ravens are a little bit better on the offensive side of the ball. Then we look at defense. This one shocked the hell out of me when I saw this. The Ravens have the 3rd best defense number-wise in the NFL. Bills are at 6, Kansas City Chiefs are at 8, and the Indianapolis Colts are at 29th. One of the worst in the NFL. The Chicago Bears defense is better than the Indianapolis Colts. Wrap your head like around that. But the Ravens have the 3rd best defense. And then we look at the strength of schedule. Hoffy is right. The Colts do have, quote, a cupcake schedule. They have the 3rd easiest schedule in the NFL. Ravens have the 17th easiest schedule. Bills and Chiefs have 26th and 28th, respectively. So when we look at these 2 teams, or these 4 teams, of those division leaders, who is the worst of the 4? I want to say the Baltimore Ravens. I really do. Because we all know what Lamar Jackson does in November, December. Either he doesn't play or he shits the bed. Let's just be honest. But looking at the numbers, the Baltimore Ravens with the 13th best offense and the 3rd best defense in the NFL, guys, the Ravens just might be one of the top teams in the AFC. The Ravens might be the best team in the AFC. When we look at the numbers don't lie here. Their defense has been pretty shut down. They shut down the mighty Cleveland Browns to just 3 points, right? And their offense scored 28. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. They held down the mighty Texans, a top 10 quarterback in C.J. Stroud, just to 9 points. Now, they did let the Bengals score 24 on them. They did let the Colts score 22 on them. But with that being said, guys, the Colts are the worst of the division leaders. I do like the Colts. I think they will probably win the South. I think they might even win a playoff game. They get hot at the right time. JT's coming back. Whoa. But right now, the Colts are the worst. And I think the Ravens are better than the Kansas City Chiefs right now. I think the Ravens are better than the Buffalo Bills right now. So out of their division leaders, the Ravens are the best team. Guys, the Ravens are the best team in the AFC right now. Wrap your head around that. The Ravens are the best team in the AFC right now. Can we comprehend that? What is going on in this world? You and your damn cupcake schedule argument, Hoffy. Tim does not like the cupcake argument. Buck, don't you see Brian Cox effing the Bills on my profile? No, it's all blurry. All I see is the big old buffalo. I figured you lost your bet. David is in the chat. David, was that you jumping on that blow-up thing in the castle with your Chargers jersey? If so, that's freaking awesome. But He says KC does not look as strong as in previous years. If they do not get a number one receiver, they are vulnerable. Let's talk about the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs don't have that killer instinct right now. Their offense looked amazing the first quarter versus the New York Jets. 17-0, they're like, oh, we cannot derail this whatsoever. A couple costly penalties that were suspect at best. We won't go into that because people are pissed off about that on the Facebook page. But the point of the matter is the Kansas City Chiefs do not have that killer instinct right now. They are still a really, really good team. But if you do not have that hunger, if you do not have that killer instinct, you are going to let teams like the New York Jets hang around and make a game out of it. You are going to let a team like the Denver Broncos hang around and make a game out of it. Just the point of the matter is that the Chiefs have kind of had back-to-back easy games. Let's just be honest. They played the worst team in the NFL in the Chicago Bears and probably like the fifth worst team in the NFL, the New York Football Jets. Now, when they traveled to Minnesota to take on the Vikings, another easier game, right? The Vikings are not very good. Then they play the Broncos, and then they play the Chargers, and then they play the Broncos. It is going to take a loss to one of these teams, to whether it be the Broncos, whether it be the Chargers, whether it be the Vikings, for the Kansas City Chiefs to kind of really wake up, right? It is going to take a humiliating loss to like the Denver Broncos to really wake up a little bit, right? Now, it could be said that they're looking forward to that Miami game when they go to Germany on November 5th. They might be just looking forward to that game. They're like, man, these are all cupcake games. Get that hit, Hoffy. These are all cupcake games, and we just got to go through the motions. Let's just stay healthy and worry about the Miami Dolphins. They could be doing that. But hopefully, all my Miami Dolphins fans out there, you guys are hoping that the Chiefs beat the Vikings. You are hoping that the Chiefs beat the Broncos twice. You're hoping that the Chiefs beat the Chargers twice because they're going to be on cloud nine. They're going to be going through the motion like whatever. We can beat Miami, no problem. But the Kansas City Chiefs need a loss to kind of reset their mindset a little bit. Yes, they've won 3 in a row, and they are 3-1 on the season. But they need a bad loss to kind of build that hunger up, build up that, they need that wake up call. I think they're still just as good. They are probably better than years past because their defense is stepping up early and looking dominant. But having a number one receiver is not that big a deal. Chiefs will be just fine. Just fine. Indianapolis Colts will be tough. Be a tough game in a year or two, says Jim. Richardson needs to get his injury shit lined out, and he is going to be a bad, bad man. Listen, I've been saying this for a while here, that the Colts have a really, really good roster. Was it 2 years ago? I'm like, these guys are a quarterback away. Where they go? They go and get freaking Carson Wentz. Not the answer. They get Phillip Rivers. Not the answer. They went and get Matt Ryan. Not the answer. Now, this year, they have Gardner Minshew and Anthony Richardson. Both quarterbacks are kind of helping each other out, right? It seems like some brotherly love happening. Gardner Minshew knows that he is not the guy. He is there to basically mentor him and come win a game when push comes to shove, right? Colts will not be tough in a year or two. The Colts are tough right now. They got a good defense. They got a good offensive line. They have a good receiver core. Pittman Jr., right? The Colts are there. We just have to realize that they do have a rookie quarterback and a rookie head coach. They are tough now, Jim. I like pissing off Buck. You can't piss off Buck. Look at Hoffy changing his little emoji thing there. Jim says Ravens look like Tarzan moving forward, but they will play like Jane. I agree with you. When it comes to November and December, Lamar Jackson does not like the cold. His butthole puckers up a lot and piss starts running down his leg and he forgets how to play football. He will like, oh, my back hurts. Oh, my ankle hurts. Oh, my neck hurts. Oh, I can't see. He will have... Say it again for the people in the back, Buck. What am I supposed to say? Do not sleep on the Ravens. We're not sleeping on the Ravens. I think right now the Ravens are the best team in the AFC. When I release my power rankings tonight at 10 p.m., you will say, damn, what is Buck smoking? You would think, man, has Buck become a Baltimore Ravens fan? Has Buck become a Lamar Jackson fan because Baltimore has a hell of a quarterback, says Arthur Brown? Okay. But when we look at this Ravens schedule moving forward, they play the Titans, Steelers, and Lions and Cardinals. All 4 variable winnable games. We could be talking about the Ravens being 7-1 and 8-1 going into a matchup versus the Seattle Seahawks coming November 5th. You want to talk about cupcake schedule? The Ravens have a cupcake schedule. I'm just saying it is what it is. Tim McWall says the Bills are greater than the Ravens. David says, yes, that was me jumping on the jumper 10 years ago. Damn, baby. Until he's concussed. Chiefs made Wilson look like Mahomes 2.0. When did the Chiefs make Wilson look like Mahomes 2.0? I'm curious about that. Ravens are them. Ravens are them right now. The Ravens are them right now. But you know who is not them right now? You know who is not them right now, Man Hour Nation? That is the Chicago Bears. The Chicago Bears are not them right now. Last 2 weeks, week number 4, they said, Chase Claypool, stay at home, man. We don't need your services. We don't want you to know no more. Don't call us no more. We'll call you when we want you to come back. Week 5 is coming up now. They play Thursday night game. They're like, Chase, nah, man. Stay at home. Take your BS elsewhere. So, guys, factor crap. The Chicago Bears are using Chase Claypool as an scapegoat. Guys, the Chicago Bears right now are 0-4 in the NFL. Gave up a 28-point lead to the mighty Denver Broncos. They've been destroyed by the Kansas City Chiefs. They have been destroyed by every team in the NFL. The Chicago Bears are just not that good. Justin Fields is not that good. Matt Eberflus is not that good. Pools is not that good. DJ Moore is not playing that good. Now, factor crap are the Chicago Bears using Chase Claypool as an scapegoat. Saying Chase Claypool is the problem why we're playing so bad. Let's flash back to week 1. Matt Eberflus and the Chicago Bears called out publicly Chase Claypool about his effort in blocking week 1 versus the Green Bay Packers. Chase is like, okay, you don't like the way I'm playing. Week 2, he come out and he gave 100% effort every single play. He actually caught a touchdown pass. Bears still lost that game, but hey, he played a lot better. Week 3, he has played as hard as he did week 2, but you did not see that because the simple fact of the matter is that the Chiefs destroyed the Bears offense left and right. So far this season, Chase Claypool has 14 targets, 4 catches, 51 yards, and 1 touchdown. Guys, Matt Eberflus right now is throwing spaghetti at a wall. Right now, Matt Eberflus is trying to see, he's basically trying to save his job. That is what it comes down to. He is trying to save his job. The simple fact of the matter is, I don't want to bench Justin Fields because, he's the MVP. He's our quarterback of the future. He is great. He's 5-23 as a starter. The simple fact of the matter is Eberflus is trying to save his job and Chase Claypool is being the scapegoat. This is a fact. The fact of the matter is that Chase Claypool is not that bad a player. He is not. You guys just aren't giving him a chance. 14 targets on 4 catches. 51 yards, 1 touchdown. He has a 25% chance of scoring a touchdown when he catches the ball. But yes, Chase Claypool is being used as an scapegoat right now. Matt Eberflus is trying to save his job every way, shape, or form, trying to point blame on everybody else but Justin Fields and himself. Next up is going to be St. Brown. St. Brown is causing issues. Montgomery is causing issues. The defense is causing issues. Chase Claypool is just the scapegoat at the end of the day. Never mind what's Buck smoking, what's he sniffing. Back in my day, it was Pixie Sticks. But guys, that is going to be it for tonight's show, for today's show. Join us tonight, 10 p.m. East Coast time. 10 p.m. East Coast time, NFL Power Rankings will get released. There's been some major shakeups up at the top. Tune in, find out. My man Hoffy is leading the show tonight. He says Ravens are them. We'll see how good the Ravens are. See you guys tonight. Have a great day.